And watch us live on Facebook at Ogtv and Ogun State Television, YouTube at Ogtv Abeokuta, and on Ogtv website www.ogtv.com.ng/live. For the latest news and report, check us on these platforms: X at Ogtv, Instagram at Ogun State Television, or download Ogtv app on Apple and Google Play stores. President Bola Tinubu has launched the 2026 Armed Forces Remembrance Day Emblem and Appeal Fund at the Presidential Villa, Abuja, with a personal donation of 200 million naira. He also reaffirmed his administration's commitment to honoring fallen heroes and supporting 7 troops who continue to confront terrorism, insurgency, banditry, and other security threats across the country. Speaking ahead of the annual commemoration scheduled for January 15, the president said that Remembrance Day remains a solemn reminder of the cost of peace and the sacrifices made to preserve Nigeria's unity. He noted that the courage, discipline, and resilience of Nigeria's armed forces have helped stabilize many communities and strengthened national security. The president praised the armed forces for demonstrating exceptional bravery across multiple theaters of operation, pointing out that their sustained effort have reclaimed territories, restored normalcy to violence-affected areas, and advanced the country's broader security objectives. He explained that improved coordination among security agencies has contributed to significant gains, including the surrender of tens of thousands of insurgents, the neutralization of major terrorist leaders, and the rescue of captives held in various enclaves. Meanwhile, President Bola Tinubu has nominated the immediate past Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, as the new Minister of Defense. In a letter to the Senate President Godswill Akpabio, President Tinubu conveyed General Musa's nomination as the successor to Muhammad Badaru Abubakar, who resigned on Monday. Musa, 58, served as the Chief of Defense Staff from 2023 until October 2025. He won the Colin Powell Award for soldiering in 2012. Born in Sokoto in 1967, General Musa received his primary and secondary education there before attending the College of Advanced Studies in Zaria. He graduated in 1986 and enrolled at the Nigerian Defense Academy the same year, earning a Bachelor of Science degree upon graduation in 1991. General Musa was commissioned into the Nigerian Army as a second lieutenant in 1991 and has since had a distinguished career. His appointments include General Office Staff Officer 1, Training Operations at Headquarter 81 Division, Commanding Officer 73 Battalion, Assistant Director Operational Requirement, Department of Army Policy and Plans, and Infantry Representatives Member, Training Team Headquarters, Nigerian Army Armor Corps. In 2019, he served as Deputy Chief of Staff, Training Operations Headquarters, Infantry Center and Corps, Commander Sector 3, Operation Lafia Dole, and Commander Sector 3, Multinational Joint Task Force in the Lake Chad region. Another development, northern governors and traditional rulers have called for a 6-month suspension of mining activities across the region, blaming illegal mining for the worsening insecurity in many states. The northern leaders also announced plans to mobilize 228 billion naira to fight bandit terrorizing communities across the region. Under the agreement, each state and its local government would contribute 1 billion naira monthly to be deducted at source under an agreed framework. They said the fund would provide sustainable financing for joint operations, intelligence-driven interventions, and coordinated security responses across the north. These were contained in a communique issued after a joint meeting of the Northern State Governors Forum and the Northern Traditional Rulers Council held at the Sir Kashim Ibrahim House, Kaduna. The forum reaffirms its wholehearted support and commitment to the establishment of state police, urging federal and state lawmakers from the region to expedite action for its actualization. On illegal mining, the forum asserted that criminal mining networks were fueling violence and providing resources for armed groups. And now to Ogun State. Ogun State Governor Prince Dakmo Abiodun has assured traditional rulers of his government's continual support for their institution. He urged the monarchs to maintain collaboration and provide constructive input towards effective governance. The governor's message was delivered through the Commissioner for Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, Honorable Ganiu Hamzat, during the Ogun State Council of Obas statutory meeting held at the Obas Complex, Ministry of Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, Okimoso, Abeokuta. Binga Dekoya's report is presented in this package.
Royal fathers from across Ogun State gather at the auditorium of the Obas Complex in Okimoso, Abeokuta for the statutory meeting of the Ogun State Council of Obas. The Commissioner for Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, Honorable Ganiu Hamzat, restates the vital role of the Council in the state's governance. He notes that providing a platform for regular deliberation among royal fathers will continue to strengthen governance and enhance the state's economy.
As harbingers of good governance, our traditional rulers have continued to use their wisdom and wealth of experience in providing necessary guidance in enhancing government's efforts in ensuring stability and peace across communities. In this wise, provision of a viable platform that guarantees constant deliberation of our royal fathers will no doubt continue to enhance the economy.
The Olu of Ilaro and paramount ruler of Yewa Land, Oba Kehinde Olugbenle, who also serves as the chairman of the Ogun State Council of Obas, presides over the meeting. He commends the governor for his consistent support in strengthening the council and urges all newly crowned monarchs to embrace unity and work closely with one another.
I want to acknowledge our courtesy that we should see ourselves as one. We should allow unity to reign in our midst. And to our new members that are just joining the council, especially those that were crowned this year, I will want to encourage us to move closely with courtesy that we make on the throne, in respect of their age. Let's avoid any act that will ridicule this institution.
Being the first statutory meeting following the passing of one of Nigeria's longest reigning monarch, the Awujale and paramount ruler of Ijebuland, Oba Dr. Sikiru Kayode Adetono, tributes are paid to his life and legacy by fellow traditional rulers.
It was only a few months old in UK when he was brought back to come and be the Oba. And Baba was a great disciplinarian. He should have been a soldier.
Affairs, Dr. Rotimi Oluwakinlesi, at the end of the meeting, delivered the communique.
In line with recommendations from the recent South Nigerian Traditional Rulers meeting in Peru, the Council advocated for the adoption of state and community policing as essential measures to combat insecurity nationwide.
The meeting later moved behind closed doors, where various national and state matters were discussed.
The Ogun State Governor, Prince Dakmo Abiodun, will on Wednesday, 3rd of December 2025, present the year 2026 budget proposals to the State House of Assembly. The budget presentation is in line with Section 121 of the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, as amended. A statement by Clerk of the House and Head of Legislative Service Adebake Aremu Sikiru, all guests, state government functionaries and all the stakeholders as expected to be seated by 9:30 in the morning. The House of Representatives has unveiled plans to investigate the status and whereabouts of over 30 billion naira received from the National Social Investment Program Agency, NSIPA, between 2024 and 2025. The resolution was passed sequel to the adoption of a motion on urgent public importance sponsored by Honorable Saidu Abdullahi, who solicited for the House intervention. Record that the federal government had ordered investigation with a view to fast-tracking the recommendation of social investment programs for the benefit of vulnerable Nigerians In his lead debate, Honorable Abdullahi observed that NSIPA is the statutory institution responsible for implementing the federal government flagship social protection programs, including the Government Enterprise and Empowerment Program (GEEB), National Homegrown School Feeding Program, and the Grant for Vulnerable Groups, being initiatives strategically designed to lift millions of Nigerians out of poverty, improve nutrition and school enrollment, promote financial inclusion, expand livelihood opportunities for small-scale entrepreneurs, and strengthen national socio-economic stability. He said the House recognizes the constitutional responsibility of the National Assembly to ensure accountability, transparency, and the prudent management of public resources, particularly funds designated for poverty reduction and social investment programs. To this end, the House resolved to constitute an ad hoc committee to investigate the total funds recovered from NSIPA during the 2024-2025 investigations, determine their current status and custodianship, and identify any issues delaying their release to the appropriate agencies to facilitate the prompt commencement of the social investment programs. The House also mandated the ad hoc committee to engage with the relevant agencies to obtain all necessary information and clarifications relating to the recovered funds, and also obtain a clear implementation and disbursement plan from NSIPA showing how the recovered funds will be utilized once released. You're still watching the news at 8 on Ogun State Television. The news continues in a moment. Please stay with us.
Hey, with Tasty Tom and Derica, your unique pin can make you a millionaire. Oh! Buy any Tasty Tom tomato mix or Derica tomato mix promo pack. Reveal the unique pin inside. Dial *8011*2* unique pin hash. Win airtime instantly and stand a chance to win big cash prizes.
Enjoy delicious meals. Text and win big.
Tasty Tom, Derica Millionaire Splash promo. Become an adult.
You're welcome back. Ogun State House of Assembly, through its Committee on Lands and Housing, led by Honorable Damilola Shuneye, has invited some key stakeholders and officials referred in a petition over a land dispute at Jibo Village, Obafemi Wode local government area, to appear before it with relevant document on the matter. The invitation was in respect of a petition titled Compulsory Acquisition of Land Through Land Grabbing, Involvement in Land Racketeering at Jibo Village, Obafemi Wode local government area, Ogun State, which was filed against Mr. Olakunle Olalikon Joseph, Mr. Matthew Akintoye, the Baale of Jibo Village, and Surveyor Kende Omolara of the Bureau of Lands and Survey, Ogun State. The House Committee Chairman, represented by his Vice, Honorable Shamshideen Lawal, directed the invited parties and officials to appear on Thursday, 4th December by 12 noon, including the Surveyor General, the Director of Lands and one Surveyor, Mrs. Kende Omolara, Mr. Moshood Tokubo, another resident of the village, Chief Jimo Oloronshogo, the petitioner, Mr. Franklin Bashir Akin's lawyer, and one Mr. Olakunle Olalikon Joseph. Committee mandated those invited to appear with relevant document indicating the registration and complete document of Lalek Property Ventures and all other stakeholders involved in the sale and resale of the land. The House Committee members, including the Majority Leader Yusuf Sharif, Minority Leader Lukman Adeleye, stressed the need for all invited individuals to make themselves available at the next meeting. To uphold proper urban development standards, the Ogun State government says it will not tolerate any disregard for planning and development laws. Acting General Manager of the Ogun State Planning and Development Permit Authority, Town Planner Itunu Jolaoluwa, stated this during an enforcement exercise along the Abeokuta-Shagamu Interchange Expressway. Ayodeji Tomoyo Olume has more.
The enforcement exercise by the Ogun State Planning and Development Permit Authority aims at ensuring full compliance with planning permit issued by the agency. This leads the enforcement team to New Hope Agric and Tech Nigeria Limited, located along Abeokuta-Shagamu interchange, following persistent reports of violations. The acting general manager, Town Planner Itunu Jola-Olua, explains that despite several warnings, the company continues to allow indiscriminate parking of trucks along the expressway, obstructing traffic flow and posing safety risk.
We have been on these things for the past 2 years. We have written to them that the permit issued to them says that all their trucks and the vehicles should be within their premises. The 70 meters road setback is meant for landscaping and greenery. We have already told them about that, and we've written severally on this issue. But these people have been recalcitrant, and they are now causing problems to road users. A company cannot hold the entire state in ransom.
Town Planner Jola-Olua stresses that the state will not condone lawlessness or disregard for planning regulations. She reiterates the authorities' commitment to continuous monitoring and strict enforcement to ensure compliance across the state.
In the last 2-3 months, we've been having public announcements. The Honorable Commissioner for the Ministry of Physical Planning and Urban Development still had a press conference telling all the populace that in Ogun State, the road setback cannot be used for any other thing than landscaping and greenery, and that even you can bring your landscape plan to us, we'll approve it at no cost. But we have noticed that many people are using the road setback for different things. You see shanties here and there. It's not befitting the state.
The enforcement team then proceeded to seal the company for violating planning and development regulations. Ayodeji Tomori Olumumi, Ogtv News.
Still ahead, floods displaced 17,000 people in Kaduna, Katsina. More news and report after the break. Please stay with us. You're welcome back. The Anglican Grammar School Ilaro Old Student Association has marked its 70th Founders Day anniversary with a grand celebration in Ayetoro, Ogun State. Alumni from various graduate sets gathered to celebrate excellence and to reaffirm their commitment to the school's development. Tony Ogundepes reporters presented in this package. Founded in 1955, Anglican Grammar School Ilaro has produced generations of professionals and community leaders who will continue to serve across Ogun State and beyond. The 70th anniversary highlights the school's enduring legacy in providing quality education. At the celebration, alumni from multiple sets appear in their distinctive regalia, symbolizing unity and the shared spirit of the school community. In her chairman's address, Professor Olufunke stresses the value of active alumni engagement and urges members to sustain effort that strengthen the school's infrastructure and programs.
We can do better. We need to uplift Anglican Grammar School. Make Anglican Grammar School a place you can be proud of.
During goodwill messages, stakeholders applaud the alumni's contributions and make generous donations towards the school's development, calling on others to follow their example.
Seeing us coming together at various sects, I think it's a good omen. And coming together is not just to marry alone, to see how we can meet some challenges confronting the school.
The alumni reaffirmed their commitment to giving the school a befitting facelift pledging continued support for projects that will enhance teaching and learning.
We did not forget our school. That's what the father we have been doing before now, and we're still coming back to have a big project to the school. So we have learned a lot from this place. So at least one of the things we must do, we must go back to our source.
The school's principal, the first alumnus to hold that office, and other members of the school management expressed heartfelt appreciation to the Old Students Association for their sustained effort and the success of the anniversary.
We have brought to life what has never happened in the history of Anglican Modern Grammar School in Laru. We expect continued celebration.
To mark the occasion, awards were presented to deserving alumni and staff, and the ceremony concludes with the cutting of anniversary cake, a fitting celebration of 7 decades of academic achievement. Ijebu-Ode local government has notified the Fushengbua ruling house that the name of the candidate for the stool of the Awujale should be forwarded to the local government within 14 days. For the first time since the demise of Oba Sikiru Adetono, the Ogbeni Odi, in accordance with the tradition, proceeded with the Awujale staff to Agunshebi Leola, where all the princes and princesses received him amidst jubilation. Fawura Adesomo report.
It was an epoch-making ceremony and an important step in the transition process towards the installation of a new Awujale and paramount ruler of Ijebuland, following the exit of one of the most influential monarchs in the history of Ijebuland, Oba Dr. Sikiru Kayode Adetono, who reigned for 65 years.
This letter being presented today signifies the beginning of succession process, and we trust that the ruling house will conduct the exercise with utmost transparency.
Chairman of the local government, Honorable Dare Alebioshu, who was represented by the secretary to the local government, stated that in line with the traditional rotational arrangements and legal framework, the leadership of Fushengbua House has to present a suitable candidate for the vacant post of the Awujale within a period of 14 days, starting from the day the order was served. The leadership of the ruling house say they are ready.
We are very much ready, and we thank the chairman of local government and the government itself for the help to us in bringing unity.
It is beautiful, more than 100% perfect. We are prepared for it because we know it will happen. It's in compliance with the Oba and Chief's Law of January 2022. So it's setting the stage for the production of a new Awujale.
The process is okay, and is following the various steps highlighted in the law.
Earlier, the Ogbeni Odi Awujale had made a symbolic appearance at the Fushengbua ruling house, Ulinla, with the Awujale staff of office to signify the ruling house as the next to present the Awujale after 100 years. Fawura Adesomo, Ogtv News.
The Lions Club of Abeokuta chapter has formally installed Lion Olaliko Innocent Shulola as its 6th president. Abdurrahman Anyotayo has details of the report presented from our studios. In a ceremony filled with pomp, purpose and goodwill, Lion Comrade Olaliko Innocent Shulola was publicly unveiled as the 6th president of the Lions Club of Abeokuta chapter. During a grand fundraising and presentation event, they rallied community leaders and supporters behind the club's humanitarian mission. In their welcome addresses, the chairman of Lion Club, Lion Olushola Isiaka, and Honorable Afolabi Afuakwe, member representing Abeokuta South Federal Constituency, advised the new president to work diligently.
I know you are equal to the past, I know you are capable, I know you can do it. I want to let you also realize the fact that as I said with that mantle of leadership, you are not just carrying only your name, you are carrying the name of all of us. And as such, we must be well represented.
District Governor, pharmacist Adewale Afolayan, also gave his appreciation speech. The former president, while handing over, encouraged the new president to work diligently. The newly elected president and some of the dignitaries present said they were happy to be a part of the success.
I'm very, very happy and I'm very, very glad to step in as a new president of Abeokuta Ruben Lion Club Persist. And I promise that I will take the job very diligent, transparency, and the foundation they have already been built for Abeokuta Ruben Lions Club for the past government. I make sure that I build on it and I do more than expectation.
He's a good leader, and I pray God in His infinite mercy to guide him, guide the club, and guide everyone behind him to sustain the club with good membership.
He's a leader, he's very kind, he's very generous, he do assist others, and he's a lovely husband and a lovely father.
The Accountant General of Ogun State, Thomas Babatunde Aregbesola, was then presented with an award.
From classrooms filled with eager pupils to an open field echoing with songs of worship, the MFM Prayer City Community Development Committee has spread its message of hope through a school outreach and a public crusade. The initiative is aimed at spiritual upliftment, community support, and youth development. Gemagu has the details in this package.
The Mountain of Fire Prayer City Community Development Committee takes its message to moral discipline and spiritual upliftment to several government primary and secondary schools within and around Isheri, Olofin, Ogun State. During the outreach, students received sensitization on moral values, discipline, academic excellence, and spiritual growth. Educational materials are distributed while committee members deliver motivational talks aimed at shaping young minds. The school program is immediately followed by an open-air crusade for the wider public, drawing residents from surrounding communities who troop out to the venue for prayers and spiritual impartation. The crusade features worship sessions, intercessory prayers, counseling, and messages of hope delivered by the senior ministers of the Mountain of Fire Prayer City.
Sit down at God alone. The God that answered by fire. God that answered by fire.
Speaking at the event, the camp commandant of Mountain of Fire Ministry Prayer City, Pastor Olumayowa Richard, explains that the outreach and crusade are driven by the church's commitment to nurturing both the spiritual and social well-being of the community.
Anywhere we go, we try to preach the gospel, but with a human face. So here again, we are in Isheri. This time around, we have done food evangelism, we have done school evangelism, and now we are doing the mega crusade. It's like this is what the gospel is all about. We want to reach out to them to do more, so that they can understand that we are not just preaching Jesus. Jesus is practical, he's real.
Participants share testimonies of renewed faith, healing, and restored hope.
Like the theme states, it says, only believe. Since yesterday, we've been hearing the word of the Lord, as well as the prophetic dance and the prayer session. Everything tends towards that we have to just believe the word of the Lord.
We believe in this program, and I'm so excited because God has done wonders in my life and wonders in many souls, and we want many souls. For that reason, I want to give God all the glory.
The atmosphere remains charged with gratitude as families and individuals receive prayers and support from the church team. In Gemagu, Ogtv News.
The ancient community of Ijakauki in Yewa North local government area of Ogun State came alive at the weekend as residents, dignitaries, traditional rulers and well-wishers converged for the grand finale of the 2025 Ijakauki Day celebration. Our reporter Olaide Oloye reports that the colorful event showcased culture, unity and a renewed commitment to community development. Her report.
Ijakauki,
a town in Yewa North constituency in Ogun State, under the reign of Agbaigba of Ijakaoke, Oba Kayode Joseph Ogungbonwu, who ascended the throne on the 17th of February 2024, has taken a step in the development of the community by celebrating the 4th edition of Ijakaoke Day since its installation with series of activities and commissioning. The ceremony, held at Agbaigba Community High School ground, featured a triple milestone for the Ijakaoke community, beginning with the official launching of the Ijakaoke Education Trust Fund, a multi-million naira initiative aimed at supporting brilliant but indigent students. In his remarks, Agbaigba of Ijakaoke, Oba Kayode Joseph Ogungbonwu, described the occasion as a remarkable avenue for indigents of Ijakaoke to converge, celebrate, and deliberate on the progress of the community.
Have the opportunity, with the help of the only instrument of development, which is government, to have the privilege to commission an ultra-modern health center today. There is nothing greater than that to me. I am asking for improvement in the road network leaking in Ijakaoke. I'm looking at good, notable road from Ijohun to Ijakaoke, from Ijakaoke to Shalaurile, from Ijakaoke to Ijaleketu, from Shalaurile to Owodeketu. I want this road, and I'm begging everybody, the government, the private, the individual, I am begging everybody to come to our aid.
Another major highlight of the grand finale was the commissioning of the newly completed ultra-modern health center, equipped with modern infrastructures, facilitated by Senator representing Ogun West Senatorial District, Olamilekun Adeola, to help reduce maternal mortality, improve access to primary health care, and provide essential medical services to surrounding villages.
This place is the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit.
The 2025 celebration also recognized excellence, as several distinguished sons and daughters of Ijakaoke received the Merit Award for their contributions to community development, humanitarian support, and for projecting the name of the town positively within and outside Ogun State.
I want to appeal to all the sons and daughters of Ijaka that they should continue to give Kabiyesi maximum support. I believe that he has what it takes to move Ijakaoke to the greater heights.
May more development come into the town, as it were, during his reign. I'm happy to be here.
Here we are in the site of the proposed institution, and we've actually worked towards making it be approved by the state government.
The grand finale of the 2025 Ijakaoke Day celebration comes with cultural displays, musical performances, and prayers for peace and prosperity of the town. Olaide Oloye, Ogtv News.
The Christian Association of Nigeria, CAN Adodo in Ogun State, has marked a historic moment as distinguished members of the Christian community were formally installed into various chieftaincy positions to strengthen the association's leadership structure and reaffirm its commitment to unity, service, and spiritual development. Abdurrahman Ayotayo has details of the report presented from our studios.
The event, which took place at Immaculate Conception Catholic Church, Okepadi, Adodo, Ogun State, had Prince Olumuyiwa Adegbola conferred with the title of Otun Asiwaju Onigbagbo Okunrin of Christian Association of Nigeria, Adodo. Olofin Adimula of Adodo, Oba Olushola Idris Osolo, in his remark, implored the newly installed chiefs to use their position rightly. On his part, Right Reverend Emmanuel Adekunle, Bishop of Egba Diocese, charged them to join hands in propagating the words of God.
I pray that they will be successful in that new office, and they will be righteous, keep to the vows they have made, and they see to the expansion of God's kingdom in Adodo and in Nigeria.
The monarch, Oba Olushola Osolo, And the newly installed chiefs had this to say.
I am so confident that this title that we're giving to them is a call to service, and hopefully God will grant them all they need in order to pilot, the affairs of this association.
I count it as a privilege to be identified and recognized by the Christian Association of Nigeria Adodo LCDA chapter, and now be installed by the state executive of Ogun State CAN. It's a rare privilege. I do my best to support the community as a whole and also the Christian community in Adodo, because this is my hometown.
In Christendom, this installation signifies integration of Christian values and traditions, thereby promoting unity and cohesion among the church, community members, and society at large. Presentation of certificates to the newly installed chiefs added glamour to the event.
The Ogun State chapter of the Nigerian Institute of Public Relations (NIPR) will on Thursday, 4th December 2025, host its annual end-of-the-year get-together tagged Owambe Night Season 1, aimed at blending professional excellence with cultural pride. The event, which will be held at the Event Towers, Kuto, Abeokuta, will feature a dazzling display of Adire fabrics, colorful parades across senatorial districts, live drumming and traditional dances, as well as the awards presentation. According to a statement signed by the Chairman Planning Committee, Mrs. Adija Tolaleye, the first ever Owambe Night is a vibrant celebration of culture, creativity and professionalism. Dignitaries expected at the event to include the Ogun State Governor and patron of Ogun NIPR, Prince Dakbo Abiodun, the Deputy Governor, Engineer Noimo Salako-Jedide, as Mother of the Night, while the First Lady, Mrs. Bamidele Abiodun, would be the special guest of honor. The Olowu of Owu Kingdom, Oba Saka Matemilola, is the royal father for the night, while the Group Managing Director, lead partner, CMC Connect, Chief Yomi Badijoku Sonya, would be the chairman of the occasion. The release further stated that admission to the event is strictly by dress code and access card. The 2025 annual convention of the Cross Gospel Mission with the theme Due Season holds between Wednesday 3rd and Thursday 4th of December 2025 at 5:30 p.m. each day. The convention praise altar is slated for Friday 5th of December 2025 from 10 p.m. till dawn. A release issued by the General Overseer of the Cross Gospel Mission, Evangelist Ebenezer Obi, says that a Thanksgiving service will round off the convention on Sunday 7th of December 2025 starting from 9 in the morning. Venue of the convention is the Cross Gospel Mission Church Auditorium, Muliru Bus Stop, Agege, Lagos. Up next is business news with Olayemi Takuro. Please stay with us.
Hello and welcome to Business News. The National Bureau of Statistics has reported that the average retail price of a litre of petrol fell from 1,184.83 naira in October 2024 to 1,552.31 naira in October 2025. The MBS disclosed this in its Petrol Price Watch for October 2025, released in Abuja. The figure represents a 11.18% year-on-year decrease from the price recorded in October 2024. On the state-level analysis, Kogi recorded the highest average retail price at 1,110 naira, followed by Sokoto and Bornu at 1,105.93 naira and 1,101 naira respectively. Conversely, Oyo, Nasarawa and Abia recorded the lowest prices at 1,179, 1,009 and 1,012.50 per litre respectively. The federal government, through the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission, has unveiled an ambitious plan to attract $10 billion in new investment and unlock up to 2 billion barrels of crude oil reserves through the newly commenced Nigeria 2025 petroleum licensing round. Unveiling the bid round in Abuja, the Chief Executive, NUPRC, Gbenga Komolafe, said the exercise, covering 50 oil and gas blocks across onshore, shallow water, frontier and deep water terrains, would help reverse declining exploration activity, expand reserves and boost national production. Komolafe said the round marks a major step in the country's push to revitalize exploration and boost long-term production capacity. He said the Commission had unveiled detailed guidelines on its portal br2025.nuprc.gov.ng and adopted a two-stage bidding process designed to ensure credibility, investor confidence and fairness as prescribed by Section 73 of the Petroleum Industry Act 2021. The NUPRC board stressed that transparency remains central to the 2025 bid round, which will run for 6 months. The 2025 round builds on the gains of the 2024 licensing round, which introduced digital platforms, automated workflows, and improved data access to speed up the bid process.